Previamente en Roll No Evil.
Jenkins, you said Butch was shot.
I did say that. All I remember it was the aliens.
The cause of death for one Sheriff Butch was gunshot wounds to the chest.
That bullet, I found the same one on you, Daddy. They get up quick after.
The Spector didn't take anybody before he was approached,
No.
and so it's only been those three who died from the Spector.
Some has been happening in the valley for quite a long time. Your father was the first to notice it. Said something about bounties coming in that don't make sense. I went to those towns to see, and by God, those men were in the cells. They were screaming and hollering, claiming that the Reaper won't let them go.
The Reaper won't let them rest. Murhill won't let them rest. Killed Butch for figuring it out. And I fucking invited him here.
And with that, welcome to the finale.
Woo! It's not scripted.
It's not scripted whatsoever. Welcome to the finale of Bittermesa. I don't know about yous. I had a really good time, and I'm excited to see how,
We fuck it up now.
yeah, fuck it up. Because it's the finale, I'll give a rare peek behind the curtain. Just to remind people, in Monsters of the Week, there's a countdown mechanic. Typically, this is done per mystery, so within a session. I have one going completely over all of the sessions. It starts with day, and then it ends with midnight, and basically, it just means that shit keeps getting worse and worse the more that you dilly-dally. Yous are one before midnight.
Oh shit, it's 11?
It's
Would you say
11:50.
it's the 11th hour?
Well, technically 11's the 23rd hour.
Joke's on you. I can't count.
That was a great Adventure
Living
Zone.
Before midnight.
Would you say it's Crimson Midnight?
Oh.
No,
Okay.
that was last season.
You're not in this episode.
It's high noon.
Kind of
It's midday.
It's like a little past tea time.
It's 11:45.
It's bedtime.
God. If I wasn't driving after this,
Okay,
I would have
focus.
some. Okay, sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Daddy, chill.
So, without further ado, we're going to get into the finale. For all of the people who have been listening during this campaign, we really do appreciate it. We've gotten fan videos from this
Yeah,
season, which
especially
is
our boy,
Jables.
Jables.
Jables?
Yes?
Is it Jables or Jables? This is a very important question.
to Jables
Jabble.
and Jabbles. Thank you.
Yeah.
From Tenacious D.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Jablinski Games himself.
When I saw the little Cyrus minifig, I cackled for like a minute. I was like, it's so funny. It's so funny to me. I'm obsessed. Anyways, it's great.
Seeing Eduardo with like the giant minifig made my fucking day.
I love it.
Every single one they've done so far has been absolute gold. So thank you for our
Here's to
first,
you.
our first like official fan art from this series.
Yeah.
Our first
videos.
fan.
Yeah.
Our first fan. Fuck the rest of our subscribers. Jables is the only one.
Jables subscribed every single time.
We just wanted to give a thank you. We're going to be continuing forward. We're having a blast, and we hope that you are too. If you are, excited for the next season that is currently being planned, we're going to be working towards that. So look out for season 3, Neighborhood Watch. If you want to see more Monster of the Week stuff, I'm going to be doing a campaign with the guys behind the YouTube channel Razzle, so you can see me on there.
They got hats.
They got hats. Aha.
Also, Razzles, dope candy.
They are dope candy.
The candy, then they're dumb.
Keep going,
We're just
Drew.
going to keep interrupting this. I'm sorry.
Alrighty. Are we ready for the finale?
Fuck
Yeah.
yes, we are.
No,
Okay.
Alright.
let's keep it going.
When we last left off, it's our unofficial catchphrase. Like, now that I've been listening back to the episodes, we almost start every single one officially with where we last left off.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Alrighty. Jumping right in. When we last left off, yous had gotten basically a bunch of info about who, you're gonna have to be expecting. You got more information on Murhill from Father Milton, and kind of have started to realize, all right, this is it. Friday is approaching. When news ended, it was about Thursday, leading to like Thursday afternoon, evening. After talking to Father Milton, yous have now reconvened at the saloon. Sharma has set out a table for you. Yous are all over it as you discuss your next actions.
So, I'm new to this whole team thing, but it seems like we should, I don't know, maybe talk about a plan. Is that what people do?
I usually just wing it.
How's that been going for you so far?
I mean, I'm alive. Yeah.
Wyatt, you go to pick up your glass. However, you don't have some fingers. So
Yeah,
it
you don't
just
use your
kinda-
pinky to fucking grip things.
No, you extend the pinky like a classy person.
Yeah, so I just extend a bloody nub.
You still have the bandage around your hand, just to put it in. It's only been a couple of days.
I stated in an episode that I manipulated it so I can use my fingers.
Okay.
See how he drinks without a pinky? Very demure.
Very mindful. Eduardo just like kind of raises his hand. It's like, I have a plan.
Yes.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yes,
Will you do it now?
sure. And Eduardo just takes the unknown buffed milk bucket from the last episode
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
and just puts it on the table and just says, "This is a bucket.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps there is more.
More buckets?
I don't know."
Oh, I got a great idea. So, guys, check this out. And he reaches into his overalls, pulls out all of his 5 bottles, all different colors.
I have a quick question. Where in the overalls are the bottles?
Important.
Did they come from the front or the back?
In the overalls.
Just like a pocket?
They're just there.
He's Mary Poppins. Didn't you know that?
So he reaches into his overall pockets and somehow pulls out 5 bottles of different colors. He's like, check these out. Remember from earlier? You got the milk, I got the alcohol. We go in there and we use cocktails.
Cocktails!
Yeah, cocktails. Super effective.
When were White Russians invented?
Now.
Now.
Right
This
fucking
is
now.
When was Russia invented?
No, but White Russian, right? That's out. It's like vodka, milk, and like coffee.
But they're called with something else.
White missionaries.
This one's called a pale missionary.
That was my girlfriend in college.
That was my nickname in college.
Wait.
Wynn's gonna like fiddle in her hands with like the mug, not actually drinking. How are cocktails gonna help us?
Oh, I see your skepticism, but just check it out. All right, Mug Boy, you ready for this? He doesn't even wait for a response. As he's sitting on top of Eduardo's shoulders like a giant meat Gundam, just like pops out one of the corks, stuffs it in, like basically like a Call of Duty reload action, and shoves it into his mouth.
It's the second time we've reloaded a cow in this series.
Also, I like that canonically yous have now gone to the saloon where there's ample seating, but you have still chosen to meet Gundam onto Eduardo.
It's intimidating.
It's a
I like-
lifestyle choice.
I like to imagine that there is a seat for Jenkins, but he is just still on Eduardo's back. Anyway.
I'll have my feet up on that seat.
Jenkins,
Can
can
Eduardo can Eduardo resist this at all?
I mean, he can, but like I'm the top of the meat Gundam. You're the bottom.
Yeah,
He's
true. You
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
you are ratatouilleing my ass, so I don't
Yeah.
think I have a choice.
So
okay.
Jenkins, do you want to describe what happened to Eduardo?
So as Eduardo drinks, you see like the liquid just kind of empty out of this clear bottle, and as he drinks it, Eduardo just like dissipates into nothing.
Excuse me.
Eduardo, I need you to put in your playbook for 5 minutes. I'm gonna put a timer on my phone. You are fully invisible at the moment.
You see Jenkins just floating in air, same exact spot. He's just floating there. So check this out. See it? Ooh, I'm flying.
Timer's on.
Yeah, Winifred like jumps up at the table. She's like, "You're magic too."
Eduardo just points to himself, not realizing that nobody can see him.
I mean, Eduardo disappear.
I am right here. And Eduardo kind of waves.
We can't see you, bud.
Look down, boy. Look at your feet.
I cannot see my feet. This has been established.
I know, because you're invisible.
Eduardo takes just a further look down, and you can't see Eduardo do this, but you can see Jenkins just kind of lean forward slightly as Eduardo just lets out the most blood-curdling scream that just seems that it's like the eagle. It's just appearing from nowhere.
Is it that eagle sound?
It's a mix of an eagle screech and an Eduardo screech.
It has to be a very fearful eagle.
Also, I just want to say that was my best eagle to date.
That
was
was
a
a
good eagle.
very good
That was
eagle.
very
It was a good eagle.
Red tail hawk right there.
The eagle's the screams from the book that made his parents go deaf that haunts him.
Holy shit, dude!
Damn, dude.
Dark as hell.
I didn't even know this. This is brilliant.
I'm the keeper and I'm making it canon.
Oh, I'm adopting this. Okay.
It was established by whatever the
Milton.
He was like, yeah, went deaf from the screams, and then it's like there were no screams when I listened to it, but a vampire did try to kill me.
That's it. Now, canonically,
gosh.
those are the screams that made Eduardo's parents deaf. And totally not just a stupid fucking bit that we thought was funny.
It all comes full circle, baby. Do we have drinks? Like, we're in the saloon.
Yes.
Like, did
That's
we?
a good question.
Good.
Yeah, all in front of you. Sharma had given like a big thing of beer.
Great.
I feel as though, she did give kind of like a jar of milk for you, Eduardo, just to be nice.
I brought my own.
Or she just gave you a glass then.
Hell yeah. A nice chilled glass.
BYOM.
Boyom. Yeah, while this is going on, Cyrus takes a very, very long drink, and I think is sort of contemplating all of his life choices up to this moment, I think. Wyatt, what are you doing? How's your reaction?
Wyatt is feet up on the Jenkins chair, and he's just rubbing his eyes with his good hand, just sighing.
Yeah, I think Cyrus finds himself accidentally looking to Wyatt and realizes they have this exact same expression on his face, and he's kind of horrified that he's having a moment with Wyatt this time, and he quickly looks away and just takes another sip of his beer. Fuck that.
Whenever sits back down and she's hand to her temples, how do I capture this? I guess I could take a picture of it. But then people will think that, I just altered the photo of him floating in the air. And she's, trying to figure out, how the heck she could document this.
With Photoshop.
Yeah.
Ye old Photoshop.
A quick succession of photos. And then she makes a little flip.
Eduardo is just having, a full-blown panic attack, looking around, trying to see, if any of him is there. And Jenkins is just flying through the air like he's on a mechanical bull.
And I'll grab onto your hair. So, hold up, boy! Look, boy, go over here. And he'll try and lead you into the kitchen.
And Jenkins just suddenly is standing at attention, straight up. As he regains control of Eduardo.
Maybe this will help. I'll lead you into the kitchen to find a bag of flour.
You just wait.
you just see as you walk through this saloon, just the Eduardo's gargantuan steps, just puffing up little bits of dust in the floorboards as we make our way with Jenkins floating to the kitchen.
I feel like we should stop this, but I kind of want to see what's happening.
Can I take a photo with my camera?
I think that's a personal question. I don't know if you can take a photo, because you haven't done that yet, have you?
Yes, I have.
I feel like every time you miss the photo.
I took the fucking great photo of Bessie emerging from the milk circle.
And she took the photo of progress that was a big thing where I had it and then gave it to Bill.
You guys can argue this out. Jenkins is gonna lead Eduardo into the kitchen and dump a bag of flour on him, and then come back out so that we can see each other.
Well, no, she wants to take the photo before you do that.
Well, Winnie, I got you. I got the camera right up here.
Jesus Christ.
That doesn't help me prove things are real.
I'll draw it.
That
That
doesn't.
doesn't help me prove things are real.
Eduardo just hears everybody bickering over him being invisible and just continues to scream. Just
How does everyone else react?
Yeah,
to
like
this?
everyone in the saloon.
Are we the only ones in the saloon?
Yes, but-
Yeah, the Charmer's like busy on the other end. You see an entire poker table just stop and turn. They have not moved, and it could be just they're questioning reality.
Me too.
We all.
And with that, as everybody is staring and you're screaming and covered in flour, you have now turned visible.
does Eduardo know that he's covered in
Can
flour?
we tell? 'Cause he's covered
Just slightly more opaque than usual.
Well, the way, because Jenkins doesn't think everything through, I feel like he just dumped a, 1 pound bag of flour on you, so clearly doesn't cover everything.
So I can now see my legs, but I'm convinced that my hands are still invisible because they're covered in flour. He's like, only half of Eduardo is here.
Here, boy, take this one. He'll take just a random opaque one and hand it, stick it in your hand. Try this one.
No.
No, try.
Save it. You only have 4 left. There's 5 of us.
So then one of us could be a distraction.
I'm not going invisible. I want them to see me coming.
Okay, then you could be the distraction. You could do like the whole standing showdown thing, and then we all attack from the back, invisible.
Wait, you just drank alcohol.
Yes.
You need to roll your tolerance right now.
Oh,
I forgot
shit,
about that
right.
piece.
We're off to a great start.
No plan has been formed.
We're doing it live.
We've only been in here for 10 minutes.
So I rolled a 4.
A 4.
Mark experience.
Mark experience. Now look at the,
I'm gonna level up soon.
So you are a lightweight. Until we take a long rest, you have -1 cool ongoing.
I feel like he already does.
Eduardo with the smelly pilot on his shoulders and covered in flour has -1 cool. You're telling me I'm not cool in this moment?
You are drunk already.
You're telling me I'm not cool in this moment?
So Eduardo, the entire time until you long rest, you are drunk, and you should act accordingly.
Eduardo strikes me as the type who would just be jovial drunk, but the doesn't know what volume they're at kind of drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
We're off to a great start. So there's no bad ideas in brainstorming.
Cyrus just kind of puts the beer down on the table and just we don't necessarily need a plan. I mean, we could just go in and but I know it's great. I'm the one saying this, which I know feels a little odd, but we got 2 people coming into town tomorrow, likely, right? We got Murhill and we got the Spector, what's his name's dad? What was your name again? Wyatt, that was his name. Wyatt's dad.
Are you gonna call me a baka next? It's not like I remembered your name or anything, idiot.
Eduardo in the corner is just I had a dad once. He's slowly becoming a sad drunk in the corner.
No, Eduardo, come sit over here with us. And when waves him over, come back over here. Come sit down. She pats his chair.
Eduardo just kind of squats over the chair and just smacks his whole upper body onto the table.
As you're walking, it's so unsteady that one of the patrons does get up to help you. It is a younger looking man, maybe in his mid to late 20s. He's wearing a raccoon skinned hat, almost like a traveler outfit. And he goes, "Oh, easy there, fella."
Rakakuni.
Rakakuni.
Senor Jenkins, I love your hat.
Milk boy, I ain't wearing no hat.
Where are the voices coming from? He doesn't register that you're still on his shoulder.
The stranger pats Jenkins's back, he reaches up and pats and goes, "Always a pleasure to see you, Jenkins."
A pleasure to see you, Senor Jenkins.
Just kind of leads you and he goes, "I believe he is yours."
We're having a conversation here.
Yeah, piss off, Davy Crockett.
Aren't you the sheriff? Weren't you nice a few days ago?
Wait, no.
You...
He's got a point. We gotta come up with a plan. Here's what I say. We go up to him and we shoot him.
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
that is the plan.
Which one are you talking? Because, like, I know that I would like to talk to, Murhill before we do.
Yeah,
anything.
talk.
So you talk to him. And Eduardo just kind of points to Cyrus. You do the speaking, and I will shoot him.
No.
You don't have a gun.
Is this Freaky Friday? Have we Freaky Friday into this officially?
Hit Disney Channel.
that one book, that one radio drama, Freaky Friday.
That one Cantina novela.
Does Eduardo do the Mickey Mouse ears with his charcuterie board?
That was a sentence you just said. Okay. No, wait. Who's the Davy Crockett guy? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
You want to try one more time?
Who? What the fuck is Cyrus's sound like? I don't know. And who might you be, stranger?
The guy started to walk away, but then hearing you comes back, he goes, Barclay.
What the fuck?
Well, this conversation went off the rails now.
Cyrus gets up from the table and like in his full like menacing and just like walks right over to him and like grabs him like in his sort of like struts over and grabs him by the shirt collar
And kiss.
Do you know what you have put me through?
No, I've never met you in my entire life. You kind of smell like a graveyard, and I am quite ready to kick you in the gonads and flee town.
Are you Barclay Ackland? Wynn calls from the table.
Yes, I am.
No, I'm Barclay Johnson.
Yeah.
You and I. And then like he stops for a second and kind of like looks over at the table behind him and is like, and I guess the rest of them too. I mean, usually it sounds more dramatic when I just say you and I, but I guess I'm now working with a team, which is a bit of a weird. Anyways, you and I are gonna have a long conversation because I got some questions for you.
Yeah, we got some questions for you.
Eduardo just kind of like nudges Winifred. It's just like, I think they are going to kiss.
Barclay just like, he doesn't really look phased, and he goes, I don't know how much I can tell you, but sure. Like, he's very chill. and he just points at the table and he goes, we don't have to be all angsty now. You're not going to get a prize for the most brooding. We can sit and talk as adults.
Eduardo nudges Win again. Oh, they are definitely going to kiss.
Come and sit and talk over here. Wynn waves them over.
I think Cyrus kind of like, because he has him by the like shirt collar, and so he's like kind of lifted him up just lightly, and he just like puts him down, still holding on to the collar, and he's like, well, first of all, you can call me Marshall, and you can call him over there, unfortunately, the sheriff. And so you are gonna answer our questions. And he like, he lets go of the shirt collar, but like puts a hand on Barclay's shoulder and kind of like aggressively leads him to the table and like sits him down in the chair. Actually, no, he pushes Wyatt's feet off of the empty chair and then sits Barclay down in it.
Is he close enough for Jenkins to touch?
He's now at the table.
In what context?
Well, I mean, I'm on Eduardo's shoulders. Is what I'm saying.
Eduardo's back at the table, yeah.
With his foot, he's gonna like reach out and try and get it close to the guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, 2 times for mystery, I can cause someone to feel drunk for a few minutes by touching them. And so that's plus weird.
Yep, this is your second time using it.
Regardless of how well this roll is, he's also touching me during this. Do I get drunker if this works?
No, this is an intentional thing because it's only twice per.
Yeah,
mystery.
it's like concentrated. It's like E.T.'s like little finger.
E.T.
That is a 5.
Yeah, it does not work.
Mark
experience.
He just smells foot.
Yeah, if anything, it works on Eduardo.
Whoa, milk boy, no, boy, lean forward, not back.
All right, so Eduardo, you are another level of drunkenness, and on the homebrew, you are now blacked out. You have negative 2 cool and negative 2 sharp ongoing.
Blackout drunk.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be our finale for like finishing this campaign.
Barclay sits and he goes, we don't have to pull out rank or what have you. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. And he like turns to Wyatt, like very respectively, hands out, like puts his hand out, and he goes, "Sheriff, I apologize. I did not greet you prior."
I will hold out his fucked up hand.
Yeah, he's still gonna shake it, but he's very gentle, like to avoid that area. He's just kind of like still trying to shake it. And he goes, I apologize. I've been out of town. I'm a trader by profession, and I just wandered back into town."
Eduardo just kind of like looks up at Jenkins like, I don't think we can trust him. He is traitor.
Blanche, can we get some water?
Blanche from the other side does come out and bring you like a full, like a really big bottle of water.
We need like a 10-gallon jug.
Yeah, and pointedly puts it in front of Eduardo.
Jenkins will reach into his pocket and pull out some old, what did we have the other day? Biscuits and gravy?
Oh.
At this point, it's a biscuit. It doesn't matter what it is. It's congregated into a biscuit.
It's concrete.
It's Scrapple.
Here, eat this, boy.
While that's going on, let's go back to the others.
You, sir, are the reason I am even in this hellhole of a town in the first place. So, like, what do you know of progress?
Barkley just kind of like, he thinks for a moment, like he's mulling it over, trying to formulate his words, and then he goes, "I don't know anything where, I'm not of a scientific man, but I have heard quite a bit of progress in terms of local legends and folklore, to which the best I can estimate." Again, he's got this like sort of air of very personable, like as he's talking to you, Cyrus, like just being like very upfront, and he goes, "I believe that it is just, it's where we go after our time here is done, and we are sorted to wherever we must go. There was a man over in another town who, struck by lightning, said he visited a town while he was unconscious. When he came to, he wanted to go back."
Oh yeah, he was not unconscious. Nah, that man was dead. That man was super dead. But like that's all you know. Like,
I've not died myself, but I have heard.
No, I would know if you had.
And he just kind of like, he doesn't want to ask and be rude, but he's just kind of like a pointed sniff.
Oh, he's dead too.
Yeah. Like a pointed sniff of like, but Barclay is just kind of like, "I have traveled all over this territory. I have met many who have brushes with death, and they all report going to this place. There have been preacher mans who say that we don't truly go when we die, that we remain before we are judged. And the people who first came to this land, to the Hasadama Valley, named it accordingly. They felt as though the grounds didn't really let us go when we died. Hasadama's a pauper's grave, one may say. And when we die, we're still wandering this grave until finally we find our way out."
Yeah, do you know like anything about the way out? How like to get back to progress? How to kill something for good that's gone and come back from progress?
He looks very carefully at you. He just goes, "You visited there, didn't you?"
Visit is a strong word.
You live there.
I'm the marshal of progress. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you live there.
I thought his name was Cyrus.
I picture Winifred is just kind of like, he's mothering him
She's
right
like
now.
stroking his back.
Gently patting him.
And Eduardo, like trying to be quiet, is like whispering super fucking loud, like, "Who the fuck is Marshall?"
Cyrus is Cyrus is like at the table having like an existential crisis. Like, just fucking going through it in this moment.
Yeah. Barclay just kind of like nods again. He thinks for a moment and he just goes, "If you were there and you lived there, it wasn't anything natural that brought you back. It wasn't nothing of normal means. And I believe that once things have been rectified, you will return henceforth."
Well, fuck yeah. Love to hear that.
What do you mean rectified?
Barclay looks over to you, Wyatt, and says, "Well, think about it. If whatever brought them out of town is taken care of, the natural world, at least in my travels, I've seen quite a bit of this great land. It will return what is rightfully in order.
So we kill the horse, 'cause that brought you to town.
Sure, big guy. Sure.
Big guy.
You know what they say? Kill a horse, ride a cowboy.
Not
Sure, Jenkins.
Yeah. All right.
It's always great to see you, Jenkins.
I'm gonna be straight honest with you. You said a lot of big words. I don't even know what we're talking about now.
Love it. There was something else that he was related to. Oh, did you know what was up with the Tices? I heard that you were like cool with them, and like Lady Tice seemed like nuts as hell. And
because she is.
Okay.
Bird.
I think that was a red herring in this whole mystery thing, but I just wanted to know your take on it because it was kind of a thing like a few episodes ago.
What's the deal with the bird?
Oh wait, Lady Ticey, a bird girl?
Yes, it was
Yeah,
the bird girl
she's the
that
bird
you talked
lady.
about.
Caca.
Barkley just kind of like, from like his like coat pocket, like pulls out like a little note and just kind of like unfolds and like slides, and it is the territory that he was taking for his funeral. It's a coronary report to say that Mr. Tice was poisoned, and he's like, I do a little bit more than trading.
Ooh, yeah.
She killed him.
Cocktail.
Wait, we already knew this. I told you this. Why don't you guys believe me when I talk?
Because you also talk about aliens.
I will fully give this to Jenkins. He called it
Yeah.
immediately, and
You
no one
did.
fucking listened to him. The little peek
No.
behind the curtain, when you were investigating, I pointed to like these fucking weird like flowers, and Jenkins was the only one that's like, those flowers are weird. And I was just like, Jenkins is the only one that's noticing.
I think I wrote down something about the flowers, but like didn't follow anything up with it.
No,
like I
but,
wrote it down.
Like when Jenkins and Cyrus had a moment together, Jenkins literally talked about the bird girl and like poisoning because of a lost lover or something like that. And
No one's listening to Jenkins.
Jenkins is just a little hurt right now because nobody believes him about the aliens, about the bird lady.
Wyatt's just gonna be like, yeah, I didn't care.
You're the okay, look. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a great lawman. I mean, obviously, right? Like I was the sheriff and marshal of a place that I
Hey,
guess turns out to be the
Acceptance
afterlife,
is
but like
the first step.
and then used that anger and that authority to fulfill my vengeance quest for many years afterwards. But you are actually the sheriff of this town. Like, are you okay?
No,
You are bad at your job.
Oh,
I've been here a week. My dad blew my hand apart. My dad's dead. My dad's come back. And the guy who killed him is coming
He's what?
in a week.
I feel like Wyatt is like banging on the table too.
oh Jesus Christ! Look, and I can't believe that like I'm the one saying this, but I think you need to calm down. Just
Oh,
a
I'm
little.
more than calm.
One eye twitches.
Does not sound calm.
I'm calm. It's just, it's a week, all right?
Yup.
It's a week. This guy's fucking dead. This one turned invisible and fucking summons cows. This guy fucking brews ass. I came here looking for one thing, and I just quit.
I love the idea, by the way, that like Barclay is just sitting here, like we're all like, this rant happens, and then there's just this moment of quiet, and Barclay's just still sitting
Yeah,
here.
this stranger that has all the answers is just sitting there and just like, he leans over to you with a friend and is like, is this a personal time? Should I leave?
No, we actually need you to answer more questions.
Do we have
Do we?
do we have more questions for him? Does he have more answers? Probably.
I don't know, tell me about fucking Murhill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that.
Barclay looks over to you, Wyatt, and is just like, of course. Like he looks a little shaky and he goes, Murhill is one of the best bounty hunters in the territory. He's known for bringing in the bounties, and they always look like they, scared out of their wits. I've ran into him quite a few times. Big, scary-looking man.
Well, he's a prick.
Yes. Yeah. Have you met him?
No, he killed my dad.
He just kind of looks and he goes, "I'm sorry to say that I am not surprised at that."
I mean, we also, do want to talk to him, Sheriff, because, we need to know how he's bringing people back, if he's the only one with this power to bring people back. How many else of us are there? Like, there is some, things we need to know from him.
I mean, I can
way
answer.
I see it. I'm talking, little man.
I've only known Barclay for like 2 minutes, and I already like him better than you.
This guy said, you get rid of the thing that caused it all, everything goes fucking back. So if Murhill's fucking causing it, you get rid of him, everything goes back.
Well, we gotta make sure that he is the one causing it, and it's not like
We'll find out when he's
working with.
dead.
Are you okay?
No!
Obviously not.
I miss my fucking family.
Yeah, I couldn't, don't know what that's like. It's not like I was forcibly removed from the only place that I knew was home and have
And
been
it's
looking
not
for
like
it
my
for
dad was
5
fucking
years.
murdered.
5 years. What's it been like for you? Like 2 weeks?
Since I see my dad, 23 fucking years.
Then how do you know how to miss him?
I've been missing him since he went out for fucking milk.
If we're all just commiserating, my wife and daughter just died in the Civil War meaninglessly. And so I've been drinking myself to oblivion just to cover up my wounds.
That's a lot to unpack.
Oh, wait, is that not what we're doing right now?
We already did the backstory thing before.
I didn't hear that.
I'm sorry. I've just been drinking.
What else is new?
We did that at the beginning of episode 8 for you, Jenkins, and then for the rest of us, it was episode 7 when
Yeah.
you were knocked
And
out.
now we listen to Exposition Man.
Tell us your secrets, Exposition Man.
We're able to break the fourth wall because we're so fucking drunk.
Wait, it's just you.
Jenkins is up there.
Jenkins is always drunk, so he's just sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us your secrets, Exposition Man.
What can I answer?
How do we end the episode?
By saying thanks for watching. See you next season.
Barclay's here to answer questions.
Eduardo asked a question.
How drunk are you guys? This makes no sense.
Just Eduardo.
I don't think I could get drunk since, I've been dead.
Oh, shit.
This is not news.
Like, Eduardo's just now remembering that.
Wyatt's just gonna get up and pace.
Barclay is just like kind of already looking like he's trying to flee.
Wynn's gonna wave her hands. She's like, okay, let's bring it back in. Let's bring it back. Let's bring back to the topic.
Eyes on me, silent fox.
Silent
Yeah,
Fox.
don't look at him. Look at me. Don't look at me. All right, look at me. Look at me.
1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, 3, los ojos on my face.
Jenkins puts both his hands over Eduardo's mouth.
Do you know anything else related to Murhill or Progress or the Spector that's, been haunting this town that could, help us with the disposing of it?
You ain't touching the fucking Spectre.
You do realize that if Murhill... Sorry, 1 second, Barkley. You do realize that if Murhill dies, that, your dad, who was presumably also in Progress, is gonna go back to... that was the whole thing that we just went over.
Yeah,
You do
That's
know
killing
that.
Murhill, not my dad again.
Yeah, but, what... We should probably figure out a way to,
I'll
'cause
deal with him.
Remember... With who? With your dad or with
Both
Murhill?
of them.
But you only have 7 fingers from the last time you encountered
I have
one
9
of them.
fingers,
not
first
2.
off.
I don't know how to count. I didn't go to school.
Yeah, can you count this one? And he'll put up the middle finger.
I don't know what that means.
I want you to know that you're gonna say like, oh, all of this thing. I quite literally brought in a character for exposition, and you've talked to him maybe like 4 times.
I was trying. Okay, do you know anything else that could help us?
All right, so Barkley looks over to you and goes, in terms of progress, I can only tell you as far as I know, which is what I've told you. In terms of Murhill, and he kind of like looks up in memory, he goes, I've only met him a handful of times. The first few times he was small fry of a bounty hunter. Very small.
I mean, I don't remember him from my time as a bounty hunter, so like
He wasn't very big. He was small time, never always got there after the fact. Another bounty hunter came, hung the bandit. Old bookish fella. Just carry around a little reading material. That's why I'm half convinced he always missed the bounty. Has no stuck in some old dusty book. And now, I don't know, past few years, he's the first to get him.
Win leans for it. What? Would you happen to know what book he reads so much?
does it look like this one? And pulls out. Do we have the book?
No, the
No.
book is destroyed. Or do we have like one of the drawings from the church?
You have one of the drawings.
All right, she slides the drawing out. Does the book have something that looks like something like this?
He looks at the photo for a minute and goes, yeah, it does. I remember he had this old dusty thing he got from, I don't know, the trains come in all the time, a bunch of stuff, not just medals, books and whatnot. Bunch of missionaries always come on by. His voice has evolved in 8 different ways and I don't care. But, yeah, carried that thing around. And he like thinks for a minute and goes, I remember last time I saw him. That's when I started hearing of, how he was getting some bounties.
Does he work alone? Have
Yep.
you ever seen him with anybody else, especially since he started, being vaguely okay?
Barkley shakes his head and goes, no, never saw him with a partner. Solitary man. I mean, even makes his own bullets. You don't talk to no one.
Do they look like this? And he'll pull out a bullet.
Does it look like this? And Cyrus pulls out the one from his chest. No, it doesn't. We already pulled that one out.
I think I have all the bullets.
I think you do too.
Yeah, he looks at it and he goes, yeah, and it even got that weird writing on it. I don't know what it said. I can't read either. I don't know what. He makes his own. I know that. And it's like, because it's the weird one. He like holds it up and points and he goes, top part is silver, bottom part's gold. You don't see these. Takes him forever to make them. I don't think he ever carries more than what's in the chamber.
Or a 6-shooter? Is it a 6-shooter? Did we determine it's it's probably a 6-shooter. That
Yeah.
feels right to me.
I know nothing about guns. That's just what I see in the spaghetti westerns.
Good. All right. So we got 6 shots. And this is just sort of a side question. Do we think, because the Spector had the gun last time, and it was the one
He
who...
had his own.
He didn't have that gun.
gun.
He had a different gun.
He had a different
Yeah.
fancy gold gun that also did weird shit.
He just had a gun and and there was weirdness, but that is not the gun in question.
I'm thinking about that time with the grocery boy, right? That was the Spector. And that was him doing and the grocery boy had those weird phantom bullet kind of whole things, right? That was with the grocery boy.
That is different. That one was a phantom, like you were saying, but there was no bullet, no nothing. That was there was soot, but it wasn't the bullet itself. This is different cases.
Okay, but so that gun doesn't send you to progress, because that's kind of what I thought was happening with the grocery boy, was that that was taking people off to go do the undead thing. Okay, no. All right, so he makes his own fancy bullets that bring people back from the fucking afterlife. All right, love it. Murhill, not Spector. Okay, cool beans. Yeah, I think those are all. Nothing else relevant. This is me in a video game, when you click through all the conversation options to try to make sure that you got everything.
Yep.
Getting him to say the same thing twice in a row.
Eduardo would like to roll to manipulate in his drunken state.
But remember your
like a -7.
Oh, I remember you said -2 cool and -2 sharp, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that doesn't do shit against Eduardo's +2 charm for
that is
manipulating
true.
somebody. But it sure doesn't help this roll.
Mark
So with
experience.
that +2, we are at a 5. And I level up.
Remember, you have luck.
It's even funnier if he is terrible at this.
Okay.
Eduardo just kind of looks at him and Ghost Host, I will let you decide how much of this is actually coherent, but what Eduardo attempts to say. Everyone here has made a change. Angry man, and he points to Cyrus, has turned into nice guy. Sheriff Sheriff has turned into angry guy.
Yeah.
Win is win, and we like win.
Hey.
And Jenkins has turned into a good father.
Oh, that makes no sense, but it's sweet.
He's drunk. He points to Barclay and just goes, "How will you change our dynamic, exposition man?"
None of this is coherent, by the way. It's like one big breath, but as you run out of breath, it gets like lower and lower.
It's
until
just me
like-
pointing around going, angry, nice, dad, like.
Yeah. Barclay is gonna look over and goes, "If you have no more questions, I have a spot at the poker table that I would like to return to."
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this would have been a lot more helpful if I had found you, like, 4 days ago, but,
Yeah, that's
this
really our
was
fault.
really, I mean, I
You're just a
looked
great
I looked a
fucking
lot
marshal.
I looked a lot of places for you. I knocked down a door. I threatened a like
Old
a
man.
butler. I got shot looking for I threatened
Did you
Dusty.
look
I
at-
threatened Dusty. Can think about that for a moment to find
Wait,
you.
what?
I thought they would have told you about it. Look, I feel a little bad about it. I actually do want to go and like I don't apologize, but I would for Dusty because I do feel like a little bad, like a little, but like you
Be a
know,
lot bad.
vengeance quest.
Barclay just like, "Well, I was at the grocer. I didn't see you there.
I don't eat. I'm dead.
I just fucking met you, so I'm not gonna know that. To put it lightly, and I've traveled quite a bit. All right, cool, you fucking horses." Like Barclay's like starting to get a little fucking mad. And
Barclay,
Barclay is
just out of curiosity, were you
Yeah.
at the poker table the first night I came in?
Yes.
You were in episode 1.
I fucking love it. And Wyatt's gonna slide him a full drink.
This is one of those just a lot behind the scenes for our players. I do plan quite a lot, but I'm also of the mindset if none of the players decide to do it, I'm not here to hold your fucking hand.
I had a feeling he was gonna be like right in front of her the entire time.
Look, I looked. I had a whole thing where I was asking people about where you were, and like I did that for a long time, and then people were like, "Oh, you're doing this lone wolf thing. You should like join the group." And as soon as I do, apparently that's when you're everywhere. Like, all right.
He was sitting 10 feet away from you.
All of the people that I asked about him the next day said he was out of town.
I'm
Well,
a
because you
traitor.
asked like an asshole.
Angry man.
Do I get to roll act under pressure for being angry
Oh, big
yet? 'Cause
time.
I feel
You're
like
rolling.
that's oh
You're rolling
god.
right now.
Yeah, that's a 6. So yeah,
What
no.
experience.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking blow up.
Cyrus loses his cool. All right, I love this.
Cyrus rant time.
No, Cyrus. No. This is the opposite of what happens. Is Cyrus as soon as Wyatt says this, Cyrus just stops and just looks. Is Wyatt sitting, by the way?
No, he's pacing.
Okay. I think Cyrus slowly gets up and walks over to Wyatt and says, "You want to say that one more time?"
Asshole. But he'll do it like he'll lean in and like whisper it in Cyrus's ear.
Milk Boy, I think take a scoot back. Take a scoot back right now.
You just hear the grinding of a wooden barrel on the wooden floor. Just.
Don't get me wrong. I am working here with all of you because there is something that I want at the end of this. But I have taken enough shit from you. Poor excuse of a lawman.
Can we showdown a punch?
Yeah, like a fisticuffs.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll just do it in terms of let's say it's a 3 out of 3. Obviously, it's a fist fight. We'll just say that's a knockout rather than
A showdown, yeah.
Yeah.
I have taken enough shit from you. This is your last warning. Back off. We only have to work together one more day.
Wyatt's not going to say anything. He's just going to go right for the showdown punch.
All right, we're
Yeah,
gonna go
all right.
showdown.
Love it. All right. Fuck yes.
Insert like the fucking boxing, like ding ding ding.
Oh yeah.
So, just to reiterate, there's going to be the 3 roles. You both are going to message me. So there are the 3 roles. The first will be plus cool, and I'll go through it as you roll. And I'm gonna go one by one. Don't say anything. Yes.
Question: since we're doing punches and not like a shoot, is it still something like sharp, or would it be closer to tough?
Yeah, we'll change that one to tough if that's the case, because it is.
Great.
What? That's my best one.
Then my follow-up question is, since it is a kick some ass, then is this technically sort of a kick some ass kind
It's
of
just using that modifier. So if you have anything that's combined to a certain
Never mind.
thing,
We can put it
doesn't
back
work.
to sharp, actually.
I was going to say,
give it
thank
a
you,
tough.
because
Well,
that actually,
no, or we
changing
can
it to
give it a
tough fucks me so hard.
All right, yeah, we'll do sharp.
Because my
then.
question with tough, sharp benefits him. Because my question with tough was that because the monsters thing has that like you use your weird strength when you
Yeah.
do things.
This is different because this is a homebrew, this is a mechanic rather than kick some ass.
Then sharp goes for wait. Okay, hear me out, Drew. Is that if you tough also fucks you, tough is also really bad for me. So why don't we both do tough?
I was going to say, if it was okay with Jen, if your tough's better than your sharp, I'll roll sharp, you roll tough.
Technically, my weird is better, but it's weird strength is the thing. Yeah, it's fine.
If we want to use that, we can. You both agree with it. You're using sharp,
And I'm
she's
using weird strength.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, because that'll probably
I'm cool with
be
it, but I wanted to make sure that
It's
you're
a
both good.
punch. It's fine.
the punch.
Yeah, all right. And just to reiterate, in this case,
Love
let's
this.
say it is a 3
We're
out of 3.
negotiating.
It's just going to be a knockout. The rest of the day, you're out, and you would wake up the next morning with harm.
I'm obsessed with this idea, by the way, that like before we do the punch, like we sort of stop and are negotiating the rules of this punching duel. Like I'm obsessed with that idea about like, all right, wait, like let's make sure that we're on the same page. Okay, now, all right, good, we're going.
So the first one, user squaring up. I want you to roll plus cool.
Mhm.
Just DM me.
Let me do fucking math real quick in my brain.
The next roll, plus charm. All right, and your last one, Drew, plus sharp, M plus weird.
I like to think that like with the 3 rolls that it's like 3 knockout attempts each time.
Yeah, that's how I'm picturing it for this.
Like this is one swing, the other swing, the other
Mhm.
swing. I also like to think like Eduardo would try to stop this by getting out his like massive wood paddle, but he's too drunk to really grab it, so he's just kind of like doing the dog chasing his tail thing the entire time.
Cyrus and Wyatt, you both kind of like facing each other, and the rest of you could see just their fists clench, and you can't even tell who swung first. All this anger, it's like palpable, like this has been leading up to it, and you see fists flying. However, the one that does land, Wyatt, you take your bad hand and just crack it over Cyrus's head. Cyrus, you are falling.
By how much?
He won by 2.
God damn it!
He won by 2. So I'll reveal the score. So Cyrus, you fall. You are going to take 3 points of harm, and you're
I mean,
unstable.
2.
Yes,
Because I have my
you do take 2, but you do still take an unstable marker. And why you will take a point.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, because you did hit with your bad hand.
God damn it. I thought, so that last roll especially, I got an 11, and I was like, fuck yeah, I was so
Just
good.
to tell you, my last roll, well, I'll tell you my rolls. First roll, dirty 12.
Motherfucker.
My
Okay, I got
second
an
one,
8.
I rolled an 8, but I used luck. And then my third roll was another dirty 12.
I hate you. I got an 8, and then I used luck for the second one. The second one I got a 6, so I used luck for that one. And then I got an 11. And I was like, that's pretty good. Like, God damn it.
So yes, so to reveal behind the scenes, like that was the score. So Drew got the first round, and the second one, you both used luck. So it was a tie.
Motherfucker.
And then the last one, Drew won by 1. So
God damn
that is this showdown. So Cyrus, you're on the floor.
I'm gonna fucking torch the sheriff's office.
The rest of you see him falling. So yeah, Wyatt, you're the winner. If you have anything to say,
He's just gonna grab his hand and go, ah!
You didn't say I was knocked out though.
No. You're not knocked out, but you are hurt. If you were able to bruise, it would be a bruise.
Was that worth it?
Yes!
You have a lot, and this is again coming from me. You have a lot of problems, man.
You talk a lot for someone laying on their back.
Yeah, you're like on the floor.
I mean, I would like to be dead anyways, so I just thought this would speed up the process.
You are already.
Doesn't feel like it.
Everybody else, what are you saying?
Did you get a picture of that?
You know what? If you wanted to, let's say you did. Photo finish.
Okay, but that's like an old
Is
timey
it just of
cameras.
like Cyrus with like the stupid face that they make in
It
like
is, like-
cartoons?
It is like a perfect, and because Cyrus, you're dead, we'll say that like you have a bit more like joint function, so the jaw is like comically a bit like skewed.
No, but I also want to make sure that it has Wyatt's face also like in like screwed up in pain because it's his bad hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, also like Wynn's camera was still set up from when she was trying to take a photo of Eduardo invisible. And like I guess she still has her hand on the clicker or whatever, and it just went off right when that happened.
Alright, add that to your inventory.
Yeah.
Do you feel better now, Sheriff? Did you get it all out of your system?
Wyatt will hold out his left hand to Cyrus on the ground.
Which hand is that? Is that the 5-fingered
That's
hand?
the
or the
good
4-fingered
hand.
Okay.
The good hand.
I would imagine the good hand.
His bad hand's bleeding again.
I mean, my first reaction was to spit on his hand, so I think I'm not gonna do that. That was the first thought in my brain. That was the intrusive thought, which I think I'm not gonna do. But that thought happened in my brain.
I mean, if you want to have more than 3 harm, have at it.
Wyatt just gives him the people's elbow.
Okay, this is what I say. I'll say, I wouldn't push it if I were you. And then he stands up on his own. But he doesn't, like, do anything bad, but he doesn't take it either. I wouldn't push it if I were you. I could still burn your office.
Yeah, you'd be doing me a favor.
Actually, no, Bill's there. I don't think I would do that. Well, to be fair, Bill's door is broken. I could just go back in.
So is that the plan? To burn the office?
At this point, you have caused enough of an emotion. You start to see Sharma, like, look a bit angry, and she's starting to walk towards you to
Hey,
get
we're-
out.
we're-
Blanche, this ain't my fault. This ain't
Blanche,
my
we're-
fault for once.
We're good.
Don't throw me out.
We're good.
Hey, I told him to walk away. He was the one who punched me.
Sharma looks at you and he goes, I don't care.
That's your sheriff. How does that make you feel
And this
as
is
a
my
citizen?
bar, basically.
Yeah, but like, would you vote for him after that?
She looks at you and she's just like, I wouldn't talk smart for somebody whose jaw almost got knocked off, alright? And she
I
looks over
mean-
all of you and she just goes, I don't want to hear another word. Alright? I give you free drinks and everything. Wrap it up. And she like turns to walk with the rest of the bar.
Wait, the drinks are free. Can I get one?
Wyatt's gonna stop her. And call back to episode 1. I'm gonna give her $2.
Okay.
Oh, now you decide to be a good sheriff. I see.
I gave her money in the first episode.
I thought you quit. I thought you loudly yelled that you quit like 2 minutes ago.
I'm paying her for the inconvenience of me knocking you on your ass, not because I quit.
Sharma will take the money and she goes, "Thank you kindly. I'm still gonna ask you all to leave." And she like gestures you out. And that will be the end of this night.
Yeah, Cyrus wanders off into the desert.
Jenkins leans down to Eduardo's ear and goes, "You think she's into me?"
Oh, she's definitely into you, senor.
Dang it, I don't like this position. I'm a taken man.
Little Papito Jenkins.
We gotta get out of here.
I know exactly where we can go.
Take me there, buddy. Let's go, milk boy.
Just see them kind of like drunkenly meander towards the brothel for
Jesus
a nice
Christ.
shower.
And then because Eduardo is super tall and I'm on his shoulders, like we go through the doorway just
So
Nice
the
Foley.
next day, Jenkins will wake up outside the brothel. I'll wake up inside the brothel.
Okay. And then Wyatt want to go real quick?
Yeah, can I go to the gunsmith?
Yeah,
I wrote down their name, but I totally
that's fine.
can't find that page.
You're a bad sheriff.
We could just say that you made the request tonight. We don't have to go super into detail. Next morning it will be done.
He wants to hand them the 3 bullets and ask them if they can make them bullets again.
Ooh.
We're gonna just say that we don't have to go super into detail. We'll just say that you did that, and then the next morning they will be done for you.
Why? Wait. You want to make crazy zombie people who are driven by anger to have been forced to walk this earth again after being ripped from the only home they ever knew? You want to force other people to do
You're
that?
not there.
No, this is me, Emily, saying, what the fuck?
No, use it to kill Murhill or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not gonna
He
kill
made the bullets,
him.
use them to kill
That's
him.
very specifically not gonna kill him. That's gonna do...
I can kill him 3 times.
He's undead.
That will just not make him dead, though.
But then I can shoot him again.
But... It's fine. Alright.
One's for his dad, and one's for himself.
Yeah.
You can only afford to miss once.
Well, no, there's 3 bullets.
I found a beast.
Jesus Christ.
So the next day, we're gonna say that it's about like late morning. We're looking at the main street. Wyatt, you are leaving the gunsmith. You have in your hand like a little pouch of the bullets. You want to describe what the bullets look like?
Oh, they were the ones that were taken out of Cyrus's chest, Bill's chest, and Butch's chest. The ones that say, "Rise again and walk these lands."
Mm-hmm. All right. And they are just refurbished. You didn't change the writing. Just want to make sure I get that.
Everything's staying. They can just be fired.
Cool. All right. As you're walking out, looking at them, Winifred, you're walking over to where Wyatt is. I assume Wyatt, you probably would have told her, like, meet me here in the morning.
Seeing Win, he's just gonna be like, "Win, the book, the Liber Incantonium
Mhm.
thing. You could read it.
Yes, I've read it many times.
Can you write it?"
I could probably write something from it, yeah.
Cool. Come with me, and we're gonna go back to the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And I'm assuming his desk is covered in shit because what else is new?
Yeah, I think we left it that you had just cleaned it, and then the entrance floor is all dirty, so your desk would be fine,
Okay.
but the floor is dubious.
So he'll go around his desk and dump out the pouch with the bullets, and on a piece of paper, he'll write what it says. "By the lead of this bullet and the soul it has claimed, rise again and walk these lands." And he'll change 2 things about it. From rise again and walk these lands, he's gonna change it to say never again walk these lands.
Alright.
So now it'll say, "By the lead of this bullet and the soul it has claimed, never again walk these lands. So kind of the opposite.
So now they can crawl.
Monkey paw, yes. Can you do this?
Can I do this?
You, one, have edumacation. Two, cameras of that time, you would have to work with machinery quite a bit. And it's etching it. It's not like rocket science.
What would she use to etch it?
It could just be like some sharp.
Like a knife.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if she has a
It could
knife.
be one of the nails from the door being kicked in repeatedly.
True.
It could be that. You can grab a nail.
You could go to the blacksmith and ask for something to etch in. I don't know.
We'll just say a nail on the ground from the door.
A rusty
Fucking always
nail.
caved in. Yeah, you gotta risk ye old tetanus.
R.I.P. Dean Winchester, 2K20.
Don't,
What the fuck
that's-
was that hat, Tony?
How many Dean Winchesters fall to make Monster of the Week system?
How many Dean Winchesters did it take?
Great win. You take one of the nails that literally came out of the fucking door.
Yeah.
You know, the multiple times a door has been fucking broken in that office. You just find one on the floor and it's still enough where you can etch in.
Yeah, she'll take the nail and she'll etch in the new writing.
Can we, while Win is doing this etching process, can you assume that Cyrus wanders in from the desert?
Yeah, like you are, while this is happening, Cyrus, you're heading towards the sheriff's office, yeah.
Cyrus is going to, and I'll roll whatever strength I need to for this. I think he's going to, like, knock / open the sheriff's door, but do it a little too hard.
That's
I mean, he's not gonna try to break the door again, but
I was gonna say the door's open, but I'll let it be closed for this.
It's like half closed, like it's not fully closed.
yeah, he's gonna
But you didn't
really
close it
like
behind you.
yeah, he's gonna really open it, and if there's anything like behind the door, it maybe gets knocked off or something like that. Yeah, whatever I need to do to
When picking up the nail.
to do this. No, I wouldn't hit Win. If there's like a coat rack or something before I want to open this door and cause some damage.
You're gonna open the door and like it was repaired, but
Cyrus is a petty bitch.
it's repaired, but it's also, been smashed in before.
Yeah.
So
Can't
like
win.
if there's like two hinges, that first hinge just comes off.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like so it's just leaning. It doesn't fall off, but the top part is like that.
And then Cyrus just goes, oops.
Yeah, it was already broken.
Wisely, whatever.
But it's more broken now.
Yeah, you know what? Take the win for once.
I'll take her off your hands. You don't deserve her.
No, the win, not my win.
That took real life Travis a hot second to realize what the fuck you just said.
I'm very clever. It's fine.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm here all week. I don't know why you stick around with him, but girl.
Well, he actually came up with a very good plan.
I guess you're sheriff now, aren't you?
Did Cyrus actually just say girl?
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Aren't you actually the sheriff now?
Oh, that's right. I guess you did technically quit last night. Did you actually quit, or were you just saying that?
I mean, I heard it. I think many people in the town heard it, which I think makes it official.
I didn't hear it.
You were right there.
Jenkins, you're like sleeping, like you're getting up from sleeping. You're just out like on the steps of the brothel, like you fell asleep there.
Yeah, because Jenkins would not have gone in.
No, you did not go in, but you
He's
did
a
sleep
respectable man.
Yeah, he did sleep on the steps though. Like a respectable man.
Like a respectable man.
Yeah. So you're about like you're getting up and there was from that.
You're so fucking right that is a great name for this. Anyways.
Episode 9, etching and edging.
Love that.
I love this for all of us.
I have to have an exit interview and offboarding, so it's like the end of the day. Wins in charge.
Yeah, you should ask for a pay raise.
There's pay?
I did look. I will be honest. I did look this up, and they were not paid back in the day. They just got a house.
I
I mean, that's not
That's her home
great.
now.
Oh, you live here now, so you can kick him out?
Oh, so you broke Wynn's door?
Ah, shit, now I do feel bad. I'll, fix, unless I get, spirited away to the, other plane of existence, I'll fix this later. If later exists.
Well, that's what she's working on.
I don't know if I'm ready for the responsibility of being sheriff. I mean, like, I just kind of went out on, like, this quest to prove that, like, monsters are real. And now I have the evidence. So, like, I kind of need to, like, bring that back to my family. But if I'm sheriff here, then I can't do that. And then she looks down at what she's doing. She's like, wait, focus. We got to deal with this first.
So monsters are real. Should we be afraid of them?
Yes.
Are you afraid of me?
No.
So, I think that answers your question.
There's different types of monsters.
There are many different types of monsters.
The sick skillet song.
Is one of the bullets done? Right now?
Yeah, like, how many of the bullets are done during our riveting conversation?
Once the first one's done, Wyatt's gonna like flick it to Cyrus.
This is also in German.
What do you...
Closer.
I'll explain, because why you two just need to, like, go and, like...
Angry fuck it out? Anyways, don't worry about it.
Just fuck already.
You two just need to go and fuck already before we deal with this whole Murhill and Spector thing, because we need to focus. We just wasted the entire night yesterday and Sharma's mad at us. I came up with a really good plan, and I just need you two to just focus. The bullet says, and then she, like, just repeats what was recapped earlier.
Yeah, I think Cyrus looks at Wyatt and is like, can you put down your nonsense for like 2 minutes just so Wynn doesn't get any more mad at us?
Are you gonna break any more things?
I asked you first.
I could break you if you like.
On the count of 3.
We're gonna duel our answers.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I forgot the question, but yes.
Fine. No more breaking things. Only if you put down your nonsense. The moment you pick it back up.
I'll take it out back like old Yeller.
The only thing we should break is Murhill, and we're gonna break him with these bullets.
By this time, when you're probably like finishing up the second one.
Okay.
So that's there. There's 2 people missing. Probably either like Cyrus or Wyatt. You probably should just call them over. Like Wyatt, you lean your head outside the door. It's just like, you know, calling out to Jenkins to come in.
Like, man, I wish I had some milk.
Jenkins, you're already awake, Jenkins.
Whoa, wait. I'm sorry, I was awake. Oh yeah. Hey, Milk Boy, get out here. We gotta kill something. I forget what, but we're gonna shoot him.
Jenkins, you would have gotten up from the stair and like knocked on the door of the brothel.
Jenkins will not go in.
You're not gonna go in, but you're knocking on the door to come out. Eduardo, I want you to roll for how you appear when you come out.
7.
You're gonna exit and you're like very put together. Like there's a bit of steam coming off of him, and it's just like you got a little pep in your step, but behind him is Ruby. And she's like, have a good day now.
You too, senora.
And feel free to stop anytime. And she gives like a little wink as you step out.
The milkman always comes to town, no?
The milkman always comes.
El lechero out.
Do I take points of damage in real life? Or
No,
on
we
the
all
sheet for
take
that?
point of damage in real life.
Why, it's just gonna clap.
And immediately, whatever facade of like suaveness that Eduardo has just breaks. He's like, "Why are you all here?
Well, I live here.
What did you hear?"
What didn't we hear?
I heard cow sounds.
Bessie was there. Yes.
I'm not gonna broach that.
Well, now's no time for cavorting. We gotta get going. There's specters that need to be killed, or people that need to be killed, or cows that
need fucking.
I don't know what's going on. We just gotta do
I'm
something.
gonna call it right now. We only have 23 minutes left in this episode.
Got 23 minutes to save the world.
That is a great underestimate.
Yeah.
With the power of editing.
The power of God and editing.
I need this at -23 on the dot.
My God. All right. So, Eduardo, you step out and both of you make your way into the sheriff's office. When by this point, you probably would have like almost completed the 3rd bullet. Wyatt, you will have, I think you said you handed one to Cyrus.
He threw one at me.
Flicked it.
So you have it in your hand though.
Yeah.
So you have one there. Wyatt, you hold the other, and then Winfred, you have the last one.
Mhm.
All right. So you see Eduardo and Jenkins come into the room. What do you do?
So are we burning this place or what?
No.
I made a promise not to break anything else. As long as Wyatt doesn't, keep doing some fuck shit. So as long as that promise is good, no burning things yet.
There's a lot of fuck shit coming, but it ain't gonna be towards you.
I'll take it. Only because Win asked.
Eduardo takes out his notebook and just writes, fuck shit.
That's a technical term. We use that a lot in the lawman business.
Hate to admit it, but it's true.
Aw, man. Fuck shit.
All right. Wyatt, this is your plan. Do you wish to share with the group?
So I was thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
We have 3, so we might as well do a test run. Thanks for volunteering, Cyrus.
Cyrus goes, shit, I'm sorry. I promised Win. That just slipped out. I'm sorry.
You're encroaching on my 23 minutes.
So, and he'll look at Cyrus. As I was saying, these things we were assuming bringing them back. So I asked Win to change what it says to try and not have them come back. Because fucking magic. I don't know.
Can Eduardo see the bullets?
Yeah.
Eduardo just holds out his oven mitt hand.
I'll give him the one I'm holding.
And Eduardo just kind of brings it close to his eyes and is looking through every single character. Also being fluent in German, trying to make sure nothing was misspelled. See, it is good. And hands it back to Wyatt.
Gracias.
Yeah, big guy.
All right, so the plan is to shoot Murhill with one of these, and
Or several.
bing, bang, fucking boom. We good, bro. Okay, let's real talk. I don't know what Cyrus has become. It's
Yo,
fine.
let's kick it.
Let's kick it, bro.
Bam.
I don't know what Cyrus has become. It's fine.
Can we say cunty on Spotify?
Yeah, we can say cunty.
Sure.
Yeah,
You'll love
cunty
it.
Cyrus.
Yeah, look, he's unlocked personality. The concept of personality. Wyatt, I know that you don't want to hurt your dad, but what if he shoots his spooky, weird bullet things? The phantom bullet nonsense that got you and got the grocery boy and all that. What if he shoots you or any of what are you? He's dead. You know that, right? He is dead.
Yeah.
That thing isn't your dad anymore.
Him come back, but he's dead, yeah.
We might have to, hurt him.
Well, you can do what you want over my corpse.
Kinky.
You're okay with the person who's already dead killing all of the alive people in this room before he gets a scratch on him?
I'm going to try and talk to my dad. That goes nowhere. I'll do my job.
You don't have a job. Anyway, okay, yes, I understand the concept.
Until the end of the day, I will do my job.
You're right, I'm sorry.
It's his Daisy.
I wasn't fucking my dad.
No.
We haven't established that yet.
I just did.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure that you know that none of us are who we were after progress.
I lost that draw. All rights, I should already be dead. But he didn't. Some part of him's there.
Eduardo raises his hand.
Question.
We have 3 bullets. There are all of us. Who decides?
Who's got a gun?
I have a shotgun.
These won't work in shotguns.
Eduardo just kind of takes a little shy step back.
Only weapon I have is technically my camera.
Really?
The power of journalism.
Jenkins goes, I got 2 guns.
Are they your left and right bicep?
And then he goes, for the viewers at home, just,
Yep, knew that was coming.
For the viewers at home, and it proceeds to do
Just
nothing.
not say anything.
You all know what he did. We all
Yeah.
visualized and know what he
You
did.
can
all
put
knew it
2 and
was
2
coming.
together.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep as many of my bits going as possible to the end of the season. If I can cut in for a minute, though, and be serious for a second, I do understand the feeling of having unfinished business with your family. So if I could put a vote to anybody, I think Wyatt should have a majority say in what goes on here.
Agreed.
I appreciate it.
He hugged your leg.
I'll pat his head.
Why do you make Jake get shorter and shorter with each episode? He was just a short man. I know he's a little gnome. You make
Wait, did you say gnome? Gnome as in like garden gnome?
As in season 3?
Oh my
Holy shit!
god.
I'm
Foreshadowing.
gonna be adding Jenkins as a little
Yeah.
garden.
So I guess we have to finish this episode where Jenkins is forever like
A gnome.
He's 3 gnomes in a trench coat.
He dies and is reincarnated as a garden gnome.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, I'm still crying the fact that every episode Jenkins gets shorter and shorter. He was just
Jenkins just keeps
I'll be
getting
honest.
smaller.
he's just Stinky Pete from Toy Story.
Oh
That's what
my
he is.
He's about to be Stinky Pete's size.
Oh my god.
It's just shorter and shorter. I listened to all the episodes today to make sure it was on point. And every episode you make him smaller.
It's the amazing shrinking Jenkins.
I've never seen Jed this broken.
I've been trying so hard.
Because I listened to every episode today, and it's like, oh yeah, he's like 5 foot, and then the next episode he's like he's 4'9", and then the next episode he's like 4'5", and now he's only waist height.
Viewers at home, I appreciate you listening to everything that I do and catching on faster than all of us have in the past 12 months.
Wait, this was a conscious choice? This was not just like the bit?
It's like Boogie with the
Oh
eyes.
my god.
Oh my god. You haven't
Oh
noticed
my
it makes
God.
him smaller and
Wait.
smaller.
Everything Stick does is intentional.
Holy
See,
shit.
Jenkins just reminds me of the character Pibbles that he had in a D&D game that he ran. So I just think like, oh, he's just slipping further and further into Pibbles.
Oh my god.
Pibbles is the
can't.
true form.
Anyway, continue on.
I'll pet the child's head.
Yeah, so he's hugging your leg. You pat him on the head, and I'll let go and be like, "Oh, thank you, buddy. We gotta get going."
When it's time, let me be the one out there to greet him.
Sure.
I think that before Wyatt walks out, everybody walks out, and then like Cyrus puts a hand on Wyatt's shoulder and is like, I know that you and I have had our differences, but I appreciate what you're doing here today, and I hope it goes well for you.
I told you I'd help you get back.
I think there's just like a moment of just like, doesn't say anything else, maybe nods a little bit, and then walks out the door. And then as he passes Wynn, he's like, see, I could be nice. Like, I didn't.
I'm proud of you, Cyrus.
Did we actually come up with a plan yet?
There's no plan.
So we let him walk out here without a plan.
I mean, I think we're just gonna shoot him.
Okay, how about this? We walk up behind him, and we shoot him.
I mean, yeah, Wyatt's planning on going to shoot him, yeah.
I thought I was going to talk to him. All right, let's go.
Wind, can you fill him in?
Sure.
So in terms of timing wise, it's not quite the sundown, like it's nearing that, but also you're waiting for something that isn't dependent fully on it being sundown. You're waiting for Murhill.
Yeah, knowing there's some time, I want to go to Dusty.
All right, so you go to the telegram office. The door is open. Dusty's in there.
Still gonna knock.
Dusty is like at the. You could see that they're like transcribing like something that came in. Nothing of like craziness, just doing their job. Hears you knock and turns around and goes, Sheriff, wow, it's been a while. Like turns around in their seat, like pleasant smile.
Been a week.
Been one hell of a week based on what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I went all about it last night.
Dusty like gestures with their head over to like a little workplace where there's like a little cup of coffee. He's like, help yourself.
Pill or a cup. That thing that's been coming to town?
Dusty's face like pales a bit. Yeah? What about it?
It's Dad.
Dusty just kind of stops and it's like a look of disbelief on their face. No. No, that ain't what. What?
It's him, Dust.
You almost see like tears welting in their eyes a little bit. Just like, of course you sure. I can't. What? Has no words.
Murhill killed him.
The paper that they were writing on just like crumbles. Like their face is still, but their hand just crumbles the paper. That son of a bitch. I knew some. That man's mean.
You want to get what's coming?
Why do you come after your daddy?
Butch figured that Murhill was double dipping bounties. We'll say.
Dusty just kind of like shakes their head. They stand up and just disbelief, hands on their hips. Just, it's just like sputtering as they're like thinking about it. It's just, how can that be? When you get a bounty, you put him down.
Fucking magic, Dust.
Dusty just kind of like squints.
I don't know.
I trust you. It's just like runs a hand through their hair. And they go, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and talk to him. Not Murhill.
Dusty like takes a step towards. She's like, "Are you sure that's? I mean, that thing. It's angry. Him. I don't want you getting hurt. I mean, he already hurt you once." And like points to the hand.
And he could have killed me.
What if he's too far gone?
I'll do my job. Last day. Yeah, I quit, by the way.
Dusty's eyes widen and just kind of like looks like they want to open their mouth to say something, and then just goes, "I know you didn't just come at to tell me because we're all friendly."
That's part of it. There's a good chance I'm not leaving.
Dusty just nods. A little like smile, just can't talk you out of it.
No. But if it comes to that, and I hope it doesn't, I got people to get back to. But if it comes to it, Wyatt will pull out a telegram. Can you send this to Abs?
Dusty takes it, and for the first time, as nosy as Dusty is, doesn't read it right away, just folds it, and just goes, "Of course." And then, like, looks down the note, the telegram, looks back up at you, and he goes, "For what it's worth, I think you are a damn fine sheriff."
Cyrus doesn't think so.
Dusty laughs, and it's just, "Hell with him. I think you are."
Well, if you didn't hear, I knocked him on his ass last night.
I did. Dusty was just like, honestly, at that point, I want to give you another badge. Like, joking
Cyrus
around.
is like, I was being nice from the background. Like, I was being nice. I mean, thought we had put this behind us. It's fine. Wynn told us to be nice.
That was today. Last night's different.
Anyway.
It felt kind of good getting revenge for my doors.
Dusty nods and just goes, "Yeah, you know what? Even Steven.
You know, eye for an eye.
Jaw for a door."
Finger for a dad.
Dusty just kind of stops and goes, "It's a new one."
Yeah, I'm still processing this.
What are you processing?
I don't have a finger.
Sucks to be you.
He doesn't have a finger. You don't have a pulse.
You don't have a life.
Anyway, so Dusty just takes the note and just like, looks at you, just goes, "Alrighty, well, just know here, we're not gonna forget you in this town. Whether things end up good, things end up bad. All right? We're all indebted to you quite a bit for even taking this on.
Well, hopefully we can celebrate with some drinks after.
I'll keep you to that, Sheriff.
He'll give him a hug.
No. Dusty's hugging back.
Nice knowing you. And he'll turn and walk out.
We all thought he was gonna say, "Take care of my wife for me," right? Like that was really where my
I
brain
was
thought that
debating
was.
either that or saying like, "Don't fuck my wife."
It's on the back of the telegram.
Yeah, on the back of the telegram, it's like, "Stay the fuck away from her."
I really thought you were gonna be like, "Take care of my wife for me, Dusty. I know you'll treat her right even when I'm gone."
Alrighty.
Really...
So while this is, you enter the street, it's not sundown just yet, but the sky is starting to bleed from that like robin's egg blue to reds. The street has mostly, there's a few people out. However, from the entrance of the haze of heat, you start to see a figure walking. Not on a horse. It's not appearing out of nothing. Coming through the heat waves and through the desert, this figure clad in black, a big hat that blocks their face. The town seems to silence as if holding its breath, to the point where as it draws closer you could start to hear the spurs on their boots. Some people turn to look at it and then go back into their homes. You could see them encroaching more. The others from here, just very quickly say where you stand. Cyrus starting.
Wyatt is outside the telegram office?
Yeah, so he's on the far end. So if you look at the
Map. Mm-hmm.
If all our viewers at home want to see this, you can subscribe to our Patreon. We have everything posted there.
Okay, so if Wyatt is standing between 8 and 11, then
Yes.
I want to stand sort of in the like somewhere between like 4 and 5, like in the kind of shadows there.
Okay.
So that he kind of like, it's not exactly quite flanking.
You're between the boarding house and the general goods store.
Yeah.
Just for there's no visual, but for readers, for listeners, you're kind of in the center but hidden behind some buildings. All right? That's the very quick. Winifred, where are you?
She's probably gonna stay in the doorway of the sheriff's place.
Okay. Jenkins and Eduardo.
Yeah, so we are nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
I think I know what you're doing.
They're getting their fuck on.
Shh, it's foreshadowing.
I love it.
Ghost Host, I'm going to type something to you.
Okay.
This is just like to tell you what my plan is. Or our plan, my plan.
Yes. So, as you're all in position, some of us less descriptive than others, the figure approaches, and with each step, each metallic ching of the spurs, you see a bit more and more Wyatt, dressed in all black, like death itself. The frames of bushy white whiskers on their face, the beard, their skin tanned and wrinkled. And on their side, the glistening of a gun, silver and gold, pearl handle, and you can almost, perhaps it's just the situation, perhaps it's actually happening, you can hear the bullets rattle in the chamber. They grow closer until they stop in the very center of town, not halting, stopping. The sun is beating down on you. The figure stops, hand on their handle. What do you say, Wyatt?
For clarification, it's Butch.
Nope.
No, it's Murhill.
More
Okay. I wanted to make sure.
Someone's getting shot. Like,
Yeah, I want to make sure I shoot the right one.
Yeah.
Wyatt's gonna walk. So it's like dual pace away.
Okay.
And he will say, "So you're Murhill."
Murhill tips his head up. The hat covers most of his face, but you can see like the glimmer of his eye. For reference, I used he's in every cowboy movie, but he's like other Ron from Parks and Rec.
Oh, the dude with the insane mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yes.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Home Depot himself.
His eyes are just black colored. Just not like demonic, but just the coloring of his eye. Just so dark brown they almost look like endless pits. And they're just narrowed, and there it goes. You must be Butch's son.
That I am.
Murhill just tips his head and goes, I had a feeling that one of you tomes would come after me again. You all don't know when to leave good enough alone.
Oh, you made it personal.
Your daddy made it personal getting into my business.
You made it personal coming after my family.
He stops and he's like sizing you up. You can't really see it from the distance, but you can feel his gaze just sizing you up. It's, even though this is the moment you've been waiting for, there's still a little bit of a chill that goes through you. He's analyzing every bit of you. Your daddy couldn't leave me alone. Had to go digging into my bounties.
Before we begin, mind if I ask you something? Maybe a couple things.
Ask away. You ain't gonna tell nobody after we're done here.
Wyatt will smirk. He'll pull out the book, Butch's little book.
Yeah, the one that you got from Father Milton.
Yeah. So my first question. What's your game? Just money?
Makes the world go round. Kind of shrugs. He almost looks a bit like smug as he says so, and he goes, easy business. They throw out the bodies, I can get the rewards.
You had to know someone would catch on.
It's a big territory. I only had a few run-ins, and I took care of those who got a little too close. And he gestures with his head over to where you are, Cyrus.
I was just sitting there just being like, fuck the combating urge to like let this moment happen and also have Cyrus be like, what was my like
I would just say just listen, but he nods towards you.
The one thing I will say is I think when he nods towards where Cyrus is, I think Cyrus does step forward, like out of the shadows and into the sun. He doesn't say anything, but he just steps forward.
Mm-hmm. Just for the sake of keeping the moment, not in front of like where Wyatt is, just enough to show that he's there.
Just to show that he's there, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to sort of like that acknowledgement of like, you know, like stepping forward to be like, nope, like, yeah, he's here.
All right, Wyatt.
Well, the last question I promised someone. The ones that come back, how can they get back to progress?
Murhill picks up. He raises a hand to say, calm down. He picks up his gun, opens up the chamber, and takes out one of the bullets. You've held one in your hand, but seeing it in his hand, in the way it catches the light, it is blinding in ways that are beyond just light. It almost looks like the inscription is glowing a bit. He just goes, nifty little thing some books can teach you. All I gotta do, give a little bit of year of my life to take away all of theirs. Looks over at Cyrus and just goes, maybe when I'm gone, maybe when there ain't no more bullets. I didn't read that far. And laughs smugly. Puts the bullet back in the chamber and puts his gun back on his side.
Wyatt will kind of side glance Cyrus and be like, am I good?
I hope it was worth it for what's gonna happen to you. He says to Murhill, not to Wyatt.
I was like, damn, I'm trying to help you out.
Jesus, no, that's to Murhill. I think like Murhill, like, Jesus Christ. No, he looks
You're
at
in
Murhill.
cahoots.
No, he looks at Murhill and he says that bomb-ass line that I just said.
Yeah.
And then he sort of like gives a kind of like a shrug to Wyatt.
Wyatt, what do you want to do? I think I know, but let's
You know, Wyatt he'll hold his hand out, being like, yeah, well, and he'll pull his own duster off, showing his gun, being like, let's go.
Alrighty. It's our final showdown. With this, I'm gonna put a caveat. No luck is able to be used.
God, if there are dice gods, now would be the time.
I'm praying to them for you.
Pick a god and pray.
All right. Our last, well, I should say our biggest showdown just yet.
Maybe my dad's gonna show up.
Alrighty. Our first one. Roll plus cool. It's our intimidation. Both parties seek to frighten the other. Second roll. Plus charm. Both parties attempt to make the others flinch. And then the last one. Plus sharp. Ready both parties prepare for the imminent draw. Also, to put in perspective, by the way, I have a character sheet for Murhill. He's also getting modifiers.
All of his modifiers are plus 12.
I will clarify, it's one of the special bullets.
Of course.
Guys, nice knowing you.
So, this booming, cracking gunshot rings throughout, echoing off the mesas. It almost makes you deaf for a minute. And you see both men stumble back. Murhill, his shooting arm, the bullet just slices through the black leather of his coat, just splinters, and you can see bits of blood flying through. He drops his gun for a moment as he reaches down and grasps at his hand, at his arm. On the opposite side, you see Wyatt, still for a minute, the gun barrel smoking. The smoke rising and then falling, and then him falling. And him laying on the ground, blood gushing from his chest. And he's not moving. Wyatt, you are dead. Wyatt has fallen.
Rip. Fuck my family.
Nobody gives a fuck. I'm liberated.
Gwen's gonna run up to him. She's gonna take her neckerchief off her neck and like try to like apply like pressure on like the wound and like just keep saying, Sheriff, 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 wake up.
His body is so quickly growing cold, but that blood is so quickly almost scalding your hands. The handkerchief you use is just saturated. You almost feel like the gash is large from that bullet. It did damage as it tore through his chest. You can almost feel his heartbeat. Just bump, 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 bump. Then nothing.
Out of the shadows of anywhere, you hear, "All right, milk boy, now's the time. Eat milk, you jackleg."
As we hear this from Jenkins, you notice that the ethereal blood splatter from Murhill's hand didn't quite hit the ground and starts kind of floating up into the air as the invisibility alcohol wears off, as well as a rote being finished. This is for big guy. As Bessie barrels out of nowhere like a fucking isekai truck and just decks Murhill for as much damage as you will allow me, Ghost Host. As Truck-Coon Bessie just comes through.
It is going to... You rolled pretty high. He's not going to get hit, but I'm going to say that he is a bit pinned between the two of you. Like you're holding him there, stuff like that.
So me and Bessie are like keeping him pinned.
Keeping him pinned. Cyrus?
Yeah, I gotta redo my brain thoughts, what I want to do here. No, it's okay.
You still have the bullet?
I do.
Then shoot Murhill.
Yeah,
Do it.
but I mean, yeah,
Get this
obviously that's gonna happen. But I had lines. I had like a whole lines and plan of what I was gonna do. So I'm just trying to think about what I want to do now. No, so I think that okay. That's what I want to do. Okay, I think Cyrus sort of has a moment of being slightly taken aback by this like cow appearing from nowhere, and is like,
That's true.
All right.
I never saw Bessie appear before.
great. No, I think he saw.
No, he didn't see her appear. He's seen Bessie, but not her rising out of the ruins.
But I don't think Bessie just, did Bessie just rise from the room? So I thought you just said Bessie just like came in from the side.
Off screen.
Yeah.
No, so like if you're thinking of the logic of this, Eduardo during 5 minutes.
Yeah, we do a little like
before.
the boom.
5 minutes earlier.
Here you go, milk boy, drink this.
I have a plan. And proceeds to drink this, like, while he's walking into town. He's like, okay, I can do this, Eduardo is just kind of, like, hyping himself up. That eagle screech that you may have heard when he was walking in wasn't from Murhill. That was Eduardo being like, I am el lechero. And goes out into the middle of this, really hopes that he doesn't get shot, and is just kind of, like, very faintly doing the rune in the dust between them, as he sneaks back to, like, try to make sure that he's out of the way of the bullets. So when he goes and taps Murhill on the shoulder, he's getting him to turn around and face me as Bessie is coming from, like, Wyatt's direction, and we're pinning him right there.
Incredible. I love this.
Best use of
amazing.
Bessie we've had all season.
10 out of 10. So I think Cyrus is has a moment of just being like, all right, there's a cow now. But very quickly comes over. And I think that he sort of just like does this really sort of slow walk towards Murhill. You have caused so much harm. And for what? Because you couldn't cut it out as a bounty hunter. Because you were too pathetic to do anything on your own. You shouldn't have killed my friend. And then he takes out the gun, points it at Murhill's forehead, because he's pinned, and shoots.
Murhill, the bullet goes in him, and for a minute, he's limp. But in the same vein of you, takes only a moment, and then he just kind of almost looks like a croak at first, and then just a... You thought it'd be that easy? And you see him get up. And the bullet, it's glowing much like the ones that were in his chamber. Year from my life, year to take all of yours. We're the sheriff's office where you hear Bill scream loud and loud and loud until nothing.
Oh, I get it. Oh.
I know. And that bullet just out of his head and falls to the ground.
But then wouldn't the logic of the bullets that we had, right, which was the never walk again?
That just affected Bill.
They're soul linked.
No, the bullet that I shot Murhill was the one that said never walk again.
Basically just transferred all of that energy into Bill.
Those bullets are tethered to him. He gave a year of his life into each one of those bullets, put people down, and bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
He just cashed that in. So it worked, but he had backups. It's his Horcrux.
Cyrus is Harry Potter.
I don't want to bring up Joanne, but does that make sense?
Yes.
Jenkins, I want to make sure you get your moment real quick.
He's as useless as gumming on a baseball bat. You know what he'll say? See, kill a horse, save a cowboy! And he's gonna run up and he doesn't know what to do. He's just gonna punch what's his name in the face. That's all he can do.
I can just give you that, just in a moment of rage.
I thought you said you had 2 guns.
He was joking.
His
He meant
arms.
his arms.
Can Jenkins even reach his head?
He can jump.
There's a whisper on the wind as the dead voice of Wyatt says, can he even reach his head?
It's like in the wind.
Too sure.
Please don't let that be Wyatt's dying breath.
No.
No, his dying breath was "Don't fuck my wife."
So I'll give you that, Jenkins. You just deck him, and just with all that anger that you have, Murhill just laughs. In between the laughs, it's just you start to hear something. You hear the beating of hooves against the ground that draw closer and closer. Laugh until Murhill, looking away from you all, his eyes travel up and his laughter starts to quiet. Just those popping of hooves that get closer, the billowing of a jacket, the staleness of that air coming back. As you turn behind you, you see the Spector Butch approaching from the opposite end on that rotting horse, glowing embers of his chest where he was once shot. Behind him, you see the grocer boy and a few others that you don't recognize, but you see the grocer boy, you know others that have died within the Spector's wake. He comes.
Did he use a bullet on the horse? Because otherwise, how is it undead?
Magic!
Sometimes you gotta put a horse down.
Did he use a bullet?
The horse's name was Wednesday.
Em, I really appreciate the logic that you are trying to craft in this. I will be perfectly fucking honest. I thought just him being on a horse was cool.
Yeah, let my dad be cool.
I
cool.
appreciate that, and I love and appreciate you. I didn't think too much.
I just imagine like Murhill like seeing like the Spector and being like, he needs something, and then like looking around, he's like, what does he need? What does he need? And then it's like,
Now that's given cunt.
yeah, he's like, the jacket's good, you know, okay, he's got the gun, like, what can give this a little more panache? I know. And then he like grabs the gun, like sees and is like, all right, time to bring this. The horse, by the way, had like a great decade in progress. He got to like run around and like eat a bunch of apples, and now this is what he's doing on his time back on his earth.
You know what? In retrospect, I'm gonna say it's the horse that you have that we never got to.
It's no, not Buckshot. It's Buckshot, my beloved.
Your horse that we never mentioned. But
Brutal.
But you see Butch arriving, and you see the grocer boy and a few others that have been at the hand of the Spector. Them walking behind Butch on the horse. Butch rides up to where Wyatt's body lays and stops. His head turns down to where Wyatt is before he descends off the horse. He walks on over, crouches down, and from his gun he takes out his own bullet, and that phantom gun. It's not even a physical bullet. It's almost like the shadow of one, empty. Same shape as Murhill's, but there but not there. And he drops it into Wyatt's hand. Cyrus, you see the bullet, and you see on the back of it, it almost had a symbol on it, like it was pressed. And it's the symbol of progress. A bullet made in that town. You get the faint impression of memory of blacksmiths, that bustling town. People making it. Drops it into Wyatt's hand. With his own hand, rotting fingers missing, closes Wyatt's hand around it. Looks up in a voice that is craggled and gnawed and almost sounds like it's been screaming for days. Just goes, "Get up, son. We got work." Wyatt, you rise.
Wind screams.
He gets up like straight arms like a zombie.
Incredible.
Big guy.
Butch is also gonna look over to you, Cyrus. Takes another bullet out, tosses it to you.
I mean, I'm already up and walking, but I appreciate the keepsake.
That's how you get back.
Oh, I get it. Oh, I super
So
Wyatt
Alright.
says coughing.
Kill yourself.
No, take the bullet.
I do. I take it.
Butch steps forward. The group behind, you see all of them move forward. Their chest where they've been shot. You see the holes, but it's not bloody or gnarled, just empty. And they each got their own guns. And they look over to where Murhill is, where you're keeping him, Eduardo Jenkins. Butch looks over to you, Wyatt, and to you, Cyrus. He raises his own gun towards Murhill and gestures for you both to do the same. Cyrus, when you look at the bullet, it looks similar to Murhill's, but that etching is the one that Wyatt had put on his bullet. It's not in German. It's not in Murhill's handwriting anymore. It's in Butch's. That gleaming imprint of progress. But on the end of the bullet, written in handwriting that is somehow your own, Cyrus, says, "Bring us home." Eduardo Jenkins, Bessie's in the way. Do you move her?
I know it sounds not in Eduardo's character, but is Eduardo in the way?
No, you're behind him. It's just Bessie's in front of him.
How much penetration are in these shots?
It's a bullet. I'd just go to his side and hold him. They'll shoot him. They won't shoot you.
Do I have to roll to see if I'm strong enough to hold him
No.
on my own?
I was going to say you on one side, Jenkins on the other.
But Jenkins is tiny now.
Jenkins holds his leg.
Jenkins
Yes.
is a miner. He can hold everything.
Do it.
Did you not see the guns that he posted up like 3 hours ago?
Eduardo just kind of gives off a little grunt, just a little and Bessie just kind of like scoots over to the side as Eduardo grabs Murhill and just turns him in the direction of the three other people.
Jenkins dives down, grabs around his ankles, and says, "You had this coming, you 2-carat son of a gun! Take it like a man!"
Winifred, do you help out or no? Or you're on the side?
I mean, I'm still by Wyatt's body. I don't know how I would get there in time to help.
Oh, they're taking their time. He's trapped. Whatever you want to do. Those are the last moments.
Photograph it.
You can.
Camera's inside. She runs.
It's there for some reason, and the tripod is set up and it's properly exposed.
Do edit the part out where you say that it's inside. Just say that it's right outside.
She says, "Everyone, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Can we just all like pause for one moment?"
Let me take a selfie.
You're going to try to take a photo?
Yeah, she's gonna take a photo. Her camera was already set up.
There's magic cows, all right? We can fucking make shit up.
You knew a ghost was gonna come up.
She was gonna try to capture, Wyatt beating Murhill, and then that didn't happen. And then she runs back to her camera now that he's okay, and she gets ready to take the picture.
All right. Butcher's first going to look over to you, Cyrus. Gun is raised, and he's gesturing for you to do the same. Not shoot yet, but raise the gun towards Murhill. He gestures to you.
Yeah, so Cyrus takes a look at the bullet and sort of weighs it in his hand for a moment. And then I think he does take a brief pause to sort of look at Wynn, to look at Jenkins, and to look at Eduardo, and just kind of give them like a nod. He doesn't say it, but it's a nod that sort of means thank you. And he puts the bullet in the chamber, sort of spins it round, so, it lines it up and just says, "All right, let's go home."
Butch then turns to you, Wyatt. Now come back from the dead. Gestures for you to raise your gun. That bullet's still in your hand as well. What do you do?
He'll put the bullet in, like Cyrus, and he'll just be saying to himself, just like, I almost fucking had it. And he'll do it and raise the gun.
Butch looks over to you and nods. There's no words exchanged, but you almost like a whisper in your ear, just, "I'm sorry, son."
Talk after.
Butch looks over to Murhill. Murhill, his face is gaunt. For the first time you see him, there's no smugness, there's no nothing. How he came in looking so threatening. He now looks like an old man, cowering. He just looks, he goes, You can't do this to me. I'll get you. You can't. Butch, where his old sheriff badge has merged from the gunshot, just embedded in his skin, that fire inside just grows. The rotting of his lips and the falling of his teeth, there's just this vindicated smirk. And then you hear the gun cock, and then all three of you shoot. This noise is blinding. It's deafening. It's blood pausing. Those bullets, like I said, they're not physical, but they're also not. They almost flicker like a memory, like the memory of progress, like the memory of your father, Wyatt, like the memory of just how the valley used to be. They crackle, not deep, not dig into flesh, but almost crackle Murhill's skin. You almost see the same glow that was on the inscription of the bullet when he held it up before is coming out of there. You can almost hear these screeches of pain, anguish, voices you heard like Bill's and voices that you haven't. Cyrus, you hear your own scream. Wyatt, you hear Butch's. Just chunks of flesh and light are dripping down. Eduardo and Jenkins, your grips are growing unsteady as his body is just boiling and freezing and decomposing under your fingers. Just this overall cracking and booming all at once. Murhill is screeching so loud and just then, almost like a second gunshot, just boom! And he grows limp. And he grows cold. And he grows sallow looking. And then he grows thinner. And you see right before you in your grips, Eduardo and Jenkins. He is decomposing until finally on the ground, he is the culmination of all the corpses he has made in his time. Wyatt and Cyrus. As he falls, Murhill. As he ends, you feel yourselves grow weaker, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels like peace. Like a weight has finally been lifted, especially over your shoulders, Cyrus. Your vision begins to blur. We begin with you, Cyrus. You feel this sense of not everything is so harsh. The sun isn't as harsh, the wind is cooler, and the town begins to blur into home. As you begin to fade, you could see the faces of everybody else. These people. How do you go? Your last moments.
He takes his hand and he puts it on Wyatt's shoulder and says, "I'll see you soon, friend." And then just kind of looks up to the sky and says, "I'm ready to be free."
And with that, Cyrus, your legs give out. You drop to your knees, and the last thing that all of you see on Cyrus's face as his body falls is the first smile from him you've ever seen. And then, Cyrus, you're gone. Wyatt, you feel the same weakness start to take over you. And as your legs begin to give and you begin to stumble, Butch keeps you upright. He looks at you and just nods. What do you do?
Oh man, Abigail's gonna kill me.
Butch chuckles. He dusts off your jacket, much like a dad would. Make you look nice. Places one hand on your cheek and just looks at you. And in that same voice just goes, "Grew up so nice."
Left a good example.
Don't think for a second I was making this place good for all of us. I ain't leave you 'cause I wanted to.
Mom kept saying.
She's a smart lady. Raised you hella better than I would've. But we got catching up to do, son.
A lot of it.
He smiles. He gestures for you to take one last look around. What do you do?
He'll look at the big guy, give him a nod.
Eduardo just kind of moves his bandolier to the side, revealing the silver badge that he carved out of a milk cap in season 2, episode 4, and just gives it a little tap and says, "Big guy."
Big guy. And he'll look to the old man and he'll just say, "Strike it rich."
That's the plan. I'll do it. I'll do it. Thanks to big guy right here.
I signed it too.
Tell my family I love them.
We'll be waiting for you. He'll then turn to Win I don't know if I can, but he'll take off his badge and give it to her
You can.
because she's the sheriff now. Surprise promotion.
She takes it and says, I don't know how to be a sheriff, but I'll try. I'll try to do you
It's
proud.
okay. You don't have to. Go back to your family.
I'll set things up here that everything's in good hands. Not as great as your hands, but good hands.
He'll set it up better. Wyatt's going to, because you let me do it with the badge, he's going to take off his hat. And he'll, I guess, put it on the ground because Dusty's not there.
Yeah, they see it though.
And he'll just say, for Will.
Dusty nods. You see in their hands still that telegram you gave them. And just nods. Goes, I'll make sure your boy gets it. And with that, Wyatt, as you feel your body just begin to weaken more and more, this feeling of warmth overcomes you. You see Butch just smiling. For everybody else, you don't see, but for you, you see him almost grow younger, older than you remember, but back together, back to the man that you wanted to come see. Until for everybody else, you see them both collapse to the ground like Cyrus did. Behind the grocer boy and the others, their gauntness is replaced back with just the rush of living. As Butch has gone, they have come back. That anger that he made, where he brought people into his anger, into his posse, is just, they're freed. The three that you had come to know, especially the two you've known more, are gone. The sun sets and night crawls in. And that is the end of the day. Years pass. Town has grown and gone. Winifred, what did you do?
Winifred looks at the photo of the final battle she managed to get, and instead of it being printed on photograph, it's in a book. And she flips through the pages and sees the other photos that she has, like the one of Bessie being summoned, the blurry photo of Progress's sign. And she flips the book closed, and it says, Progress is real, and monsters are too. The Supernatural Experience, written by Winifred Gibbs. And on the front page, it is dedicated to Wyatt and Cyrus.
And with that, everybody, that is the end of Bittermesa.
Yes! Fuck yes. That was awesome. No, it was so good. It felt so fucking right.
Before we end, just want to say thank you everybody who's been listening for season 2, Bittermesa. It's a different sort of way that we did it from season 1. We wanted to test it out. Hopefully you liked it. We had a lot of fun. We have season 3 coming soon, so keep up the tabs with everything and
keep a watch out
keep
for
a
season 3.
Hey.
Season 3 coming to a neighborhood near you.
Thank you everybody for listening. Keep following us, and we're so excited to keep on going and for you to listen to the entire campaign. So yeah, thank you everybody. Woo!
Bye.